everyone. So I just went to get my lab work done. So this is week 2. After my 4th infusion, I go back for infusion number 5 next week. Since last week, my labs came in that all my lab work was not so great in terms of my blood counts, right? So my white blood cell counts, my red blood cell counts were all in critical condition, meaning they were critically low. That essentially means that I cannot fight off infection easily, and I may be anemic. And if I bleed, it will not stop in terms of my platelets. So I needed to really be careful. That included just staying home, isolating myself as much as possible, and trying to get as much rest as possible. That's also been difficult because I've not been sleeping so well in the night. I've been waking up in the middle of the night, and it had stopped after the second infusion. The third one I was okay, but this time it's been hard to sleep. Gastrointestinal issue wise, I'm okay. So here's a core lesson. When I spoke with my provider in the last infusion, I told them that my Zofran, which is supposed to help me with the nausea, makes me feel really strange. Like when I put it on, it's a dissolving tablet that they gave me. And so I asked, is it possible to get an alternative? And she said, they have it as a pill. No, I didn't know. I would prefer a pill. Just swallow the thing and move on with my life. So I'm happy that I actually asked. The old me would be suffering in silence because I don't want to ruffle any feathers. I don't want to create any kind of discomfort in someone else. So that also made me be able to, unfortunately, led to me being uncomfortable, right? And so I'll just settle in my discomfort because I don't want to ruffle feathers or I don't want to inconvenience someone. This whole experience, as I mentioned, has made me take charge of myself and take charge of my health, advocate for myself. So that also including talking about what is making me uncomfortable in this process. You wouldn't know if there are alternatives if you do not ask. Just like when I asked about the diarrhea and they told me about Imodium and how to take it. Just like how I asked about by the help of my friend, my neighbor, about hydration, found out that actually helps also with my electrolyte balance and really helped me to recover faster during sessions. So advocating for yourself, I am getting very good at it. And I'm grateful because now I can just swallow the pill and move on with my life. And it has actually helped me a great deal. I still had gastrointestinal issues, but they weren't as bad as before. However, I'm still having electrolyte imbalance, and I know that because my eyelids twitch a great deal. They're constantly twitching. And so I need to increase in that. My water intake wasn't so great this time around. So that one I will admit it was on me. When it comes to other side effects, I mentioned earlier about my fingernails hurting. They're really hurting. I don't know if you can see it, but they're getting yellow and looking like they're about to you can see apoptosis or cellular death. Like to me, I can kind of see it. The result of it, I would say, in my fingernails. My fingers are still getting darker, and my feet too. I looked down and I was like, whose feet are these? And I remembered that they're attached to me. So yeah, I'm getting pretty cooked out here. I'm getting barbecued, but it's killing what it should kill. And I know that my body will rejuvenate. Isn't the human body just amazing? It is amazing how it can just re-establish itself, rebirth it, many organs, not all of our organs, but how the cells can really replenish themselves after they've been exhausted, or how our body just kills off and then comes back again. God is amazing. This is a quite complex system. And I think that I did not put much thought into it and appreciation into my body until I lack certain things and the body is now paying for it. Then I'm like, oh, okay. I understand now why my organs matter. I understand now why I shouldn't put too much pressure on my feet, meaning my weight needs to be kind of evened out somehow. I understand why I shouldn't put too much pressure on my back, on my spine, things like that. So the human body is so complex. It works amazingly, and we take it for granted sometimes. So health is seriously wealth in more ways than one. Because you cannot work if your body is, incapacitated. And also, that bill is pretty high when it comes to taking care of those medical costs. So I'm grateful for health, is what I'm trying to say. Being more mindful and appreciative of the body that I have and the things that I took for granted too. Like, this neck is tired holding this big head up. You know what I'm saying? It's been working for 37 years. The neck is tired. So every now and then I need to kind of, take it to a chiropractor or to get a massage and just, show some love to my body. So I recommend you guys to show love to your body, be centered. Take moments in your day just to think about how you're even breathing. Are you having shallow breaths or you're having deep breaths? Are your lungs expanding and collapsing as they should, or retracting? They shouldn't collapse. Are they expanding and, retracting as they should? Is your heart beating a normal rate? Things like that. How is your blood pressure? What foods can you consume to help with your blood pressure? I'm learning about alkaline eating and how that's important. I did not know that when you consume a lemon, it becomes alkaline. It's acidic initially, but when you eat it, it becomes alkaline in your system. So I'm learning quite a lot and why it's important to have an alkaline or alkalinity in your body in terms of balance, and making sure that your cells are invigorated and working as they're supposed to. So a lot is coming at me, while at the same time, I'm also doing a little bit too much. I'm too much when it comes to the free time that I have, meaning the time where I'm not sick and on my bed. I try to pack in as much as I can. Yes, I want to take advantage of the time, but at the same time, I'm now seeing that I need to slow down a little bit, and in terms of my mind to process what I'm going through in the now. There's a part of me that is like, I wasted time in COVID and I didn't, because I know some people and some of my friends and relatives who really did a lot and accomplished a lot during COVID time, that time of isolation and quarantine. I didn't really, well, I was carrying a baby, so I guess I accomplished the delivery of a baby and taking care of her. But in terms of like certain things, like, oh, I got this started, I did this, I accomplished this, I lost this much weight, I did this, I was more in shape. But yeah, so I'm feeling like initially I realized that I've been putting some pressure on myself that by the time I get out of this period of leave, I should have accomplished so and so and so. However, that's removing the spiritual aspect of trying to really understand why I'm being in a forced um, rest, why I'm being in a forced wilderness, so to speak. What is the purpose of this in the grand scheme of things? And am I going back to my old way of life after this? Or am I being propelled to a new one? And what will that look like instead of busying myself? I am packing in the time with my kids, so that is not what I'm talking about, and my husband and my family. However, when it comes to certain aspects of my life, I think I've been kind of trying to say I need to get this and this and this accomplished. So it's not like I was just sitting down doing nothing while I was getting treatment, which is kind of ridiculous when you think about it now. You're not doing nothing, you're healing. So I've had to think about that. And my body has made me think about that because I cannot run around like I used to. I just do one and two, three errands, and I'm already like my bones, my neck, my back, my shoulders, and my toes, everything. So I need to take a step back and be introspective and really think about how I'm really going to heal. Because if I don't heal properly, that is also putting myself at risk for the future in more ways than one. So spiritually, I need to take a break. Physically, I need to take a break, and in this is the time I need to do that because I am being forced to. It's not something I wished upon myself. However, I need to take advantage of this time. So I encourage everyone, and first of all, thanks for the support. I encourage everyone to really take time to yourself and make sure you're situating yourself and centering yourself in the grand scheme of things and in the midst of the noise that surrounds us every day. God bless you all, and thank you for once again supporting me as always. Shout out to Auntie Multi, give me some amazing hats. I don't know where I put them because my memory is very bad. I will find them and wear it again because I love them. Auntie Multi and everyone, thank you for your support as well. I'm calling you Auntie Multi because the kids call you that, but that's my friend Multi. God bless you. God bless you all.